We are now moving to the next segment of our program. May I request Honorable Srimati Justice V. Sujata Garu, a distinguished member of Juvenile Justice Committee, to deliver the welcome address. Namaste. Good morning to our Honorable the Chief Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakurji, our special guest, Honorable Justice, Honorable Srimati Justice Revati Mohite Dhireji, Judge, High Court of Bombay, and Honorable Sri Justice Ravinath Tilhariji, Chairperson of the Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Andhra Pradesh, my esteemed brother and sister judges on the dais and over the dais, and other dignitaries and participants of the state-level stakeholders on Safeguarding the Girl Child 2025. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this meaningful and important gathering focused on the cause that touches the very heart of our society, safeguarding the girl child. Let us remember that a world without a girl is as impossible as a world without water. Today's event is more than a program. It is a call to awareness, a call to action, and above all, a celebration of the importance of the girl child. A girl is not just someone's daughter. She is a potential leader, a nurturer, a creator, an innovator. When we educate a girl, we educate a generation. When we empower a girl, we empower a nation. Girls bring balance, compassion, and strength to the world around them. In Hindi, it is said, "Beti padhao, uski bhavishya ko sashakt banao, jisse desh badhegi." Yet, despite this immense value, many girls still face discrimination, abuse, and neglect. The law, society, and individual stakeholders all bear a responsibility to come together to protect, empower, and uplift every girl child. Safeguarding the girl child is not only about protection from harm, but also about giving her the freedom to dream, to grow, and to become whoever she wants to be without fear, without limitations. It is our collective duty to ensure that every girl child is treated with dignity, given equal opportunities, and raised in a safe and supportive environment. Today, as we have come together, let us use this platform to ventilate not only the challenges faced by the girl child, from gender-biased discrimination to violence, child marriage, denial of education, and other forms of inequality, but also the collective responsibility we hold to protect, empower, and uplift every girl. This conference provides us with a unique opportunity to exchange ideas, share best practices, and learn from the experiences of diverse stakeholders, including government representatives, educators, and health professionals. It is through such collective wisdom and collaboration that we can craft effective strategies to safeguard and empower our girls. In my opinion, respecting a girl child must begin at home, as it is the first school of every child. As parents are the foremost teachers, they should guide boys to treat every girl child with respect and kindness. It is also essential that parents should treat both boys and girls with equal love, respect, and opportunities from the very beginning. Let us use today's gathering to spread awareness, challenge outdated mindsets, and renew our commitment to protecting and uplifting every girl child, because when we stand up for her, we build a better future for all. I urge each one of you to actively participate in the following sessions. Raise your voice through interaction, and promise for commitment of safeguarding a girl child. Once again, I welcome you all and thank you for being a part of this vital mission. Together, let's be the voice, the shield, and the support every girl deserves. I would like to conclude by saying, give a girl child the right shoes, and she will conquer the world. Thank you all. Thank you, Malaysia, for the warm welcome and insightful opening and a very thoughtful address. May I request Honorable Sri Justice Ravinath Tilhariji Garu, Judge, High Court of Andhra Pradesh and Chairperson, to present the opening address.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Sri Dheeraj Singh Thakurji, our Chief Guest, Honorable Srimati Justice Revati Prashant Mohite Dere, Judge, High Court of Bombay, our special guest today, my esteemed sister and brother judges on the dais, the members of the Juvenile Justice Committee, and my esteemed sister and brother judges of the dais, all other dignitaries, the learned district judges, all the judicial officers, the registrars of the High Court, head of the various government departments, and all participants, ladies and gentlemen, and the most, the girl children present here from various institutions. Very good morning to all of you and a warm welcome. It gives me immense privilege to welcome you all to the state-level stakeholders consultation on safeguarding the girl child towards a safer and enabling environment for her in India. The presence of this distinguished gathering is itself a reassurance that safeguarding the girl child is not just a responsibility of the family or the government, but a collective moral and constitutional duty that binds us all. Despite the remarkable progress our nation has made in law, policy, and social awareness, the girl child still faces unique vulnerabilities. Many continue to be deprived of safety, education, health, and opportunity, which is essential, that should never be denied to any child. So too often, her dreams are curtailed before they have the chance to take a flight. This consultation is therefore not merely a formal exercise, it is a reminder of our shared conscience, an occasion to push and ask ourselves, have we done enough? Are we creating a world where every girl feels secure, valued, and empowered to reach her potential? The Juvenile Justice Committee of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, in association with the Government of Andhra Pradesh and the State Legal Services Authority, has created this platform today so that through dialogue and collaboration, we may strengthen the protective and enable the framework for our children. Laws and policies form the backbone of this protection, but the true strength lies in how society responds with empathy and with awareness and with action at every level from the home to the community. When we fail to safeguard a girl child, we do not just fail here, we fail the very promise of justice and equality that our Constitution upholds. At the same time, when we nurture and protect her, the rewards are immeasurable. A safe and educated girl child grows into an empowered woman, and an empowered woman transforms families, communities, and the nation. Safeguarding her is therefore not a charity, but an investment in the very progress and the dignity of our society and the nation. This consultation gives us an opportunity to listen, to learn, and to commit ourselves afresh. So let us ensure that our discussions today translate into concrete measures, policies that are implemented, systems that are strengthened, and the attitudes that are transformed. I firmly believe that together with the judiciary, the government, civil society, and the community stakeholders working in union, we can create an India where every girl child feels safe, respected, and free to dream. With these words, I once again welcome each one of you, and I have the honor of declaring this consultation open. Thank you all.
Thank you, my Lord, for your Lordship's profound and compassionate address. May I request Honorable Srimati Justice Revati Mahate Dareji, Judge, High Court of Bombay, to kindly deliver the special address.
Chief Justice of the Andhra Pradesh High Court, Honorable Shri Dheeraj Singh Thakurji, Chairperson of the Juvenile Justice Committee, Justice Ravinath Tilari, Justice V. Sujata, Justice Chala Gunaranjan, members of the Juvenile Justice Committee, brother and sister judges of the Andhra Pradesh High Court, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, judicial officers present here today, officers of the state government, officials of the State Legal Services Authority, distinguished stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. At the very outset, I express my deep gratitude to the Honorable the Chief Justice of the Andhra Pradesh High Court, Shri Dheeraj Singh Thakurji, and the Juvenile Justice Committee for inviting me at the state-level stakeholders consultation 2025. It is indeed an honor and privilege to be here today. Thank you. The theme chosen for this year, Safeguarding the Girl Child Towards a Safer and Enabling Environment for Her in India, is both timely and relevant. It compels us to introspect, to evaluate what has been achieved so far, and to identify the areas where much more remains to be done. Our Constitution guarantees to every child the right to life, dignity, equality, and protection from exploitation. Article 39 directs the state to ensure that children are given opportunities to develop in a healthy environment. Article 15(3) empowers the state to make special provisions for children and women. Constitutional guarantees and laws exist to protect the girl child. But the question is, have we in reality been able to provide a safe and enabling environment for a girl child? Mahatma Gandhi once said, the true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. This statement should guide our commitment to protecting the girl child. The future of a girl child depends on what we do for them in present, on what measures we take to safeguard the girl child in India, on how we can give the girl child a better future so that her dreams and aspirations can be fulfilled, on how we can provide a safer environment for a girl child to flourish without any fear of being exposed to violence of any kind, including sexual exploitation. There are several strategies that are there which can be employed to ensure protection of a girl child. I will just highlight a few. The first strategy is implementation of laws like the POCSO Act, the Prohibition of the Child Marriage Act, and all other acts enacted to protect girls. Effectively, with specialized training for police officers and judicial officers. We all know that under the POCSO Act, how girl child is protected, her identity is protected, how her statement is to be recorded in at her residence, how the police officer is not to be in uniform and to be in civil clothes so that she doesn't feel intimidated, how her evidence is to be recorded. All these provisions are there in the POCSO Act. The question is how it is implemented effectively and with sensitivity by the officers concerned. The second strategy would be by providing education, skill development, and leadership opportunities to the girls to enable them to assert their rights and stand for themselves. In short, to empower girls through education. The third strategy would be to engage community leaders, parents, and local influences to help create a safer environment for girls, to promote gender equality and respect, and to change patriarchal mindsets. To challenge existing biases requires the collective effort of one and all. One cannot forget that all that a girl child seeks is equal opportunities as their counterparts, that is the boys. And therefore you have even the Right to Education Act. All of you must have heard about Malala Yousafzai, a 17-year-old girl from Pakistan who was the youngest recipient of the Nobel Prize laureate. She advocated for the education of the girls and in the process was even shot by the Taliban. She wanted equal opportunities for the girls, and she said, all we are asking is for girls to have the same opportunities as boys to fulfill their dreams. It is also important that the stakeholders, particularly the government, invest in the basic infrastructure. When you say basic infrastructure, it would even mean providing street lighting to ward off any untoward incident, to provide clean public restrooms and safe public transportation to reduce the girls' vulnerability. Another strategy would be to foster partnerships between government agencies, NGOs, and private sector organizations to amplify the impact of a safe and enabling environment for a girl child. In order to take all these strategies forward, the role of the stakeholders is immense. One, that it is imperative that the government policies relating to girl child are effectively implemented. For this, resource allocation is extremely important. It is also imperative and essential that all the stakeholders, particularly the law enforcement agencies and judicial officers, are given specialized training and they are sensitized towards the issues relating to the girl child. As Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "A true character of a society is revealed on how it treats its children." In fact, the police are the first interface with the common man when a case comes to fore. So therefore, it is very important that they are sensitized and they need to know how to deal with such issues. The third very important aspect is that the education department of the government should promote empowerment of the girl child through education and awareness. We all know that ignorance of law is no excuse, but the reality in life is that many children, especially boys, who are the perpetrators of sexual assault, are unaware of the law and the consequences of their actions. Even in cases of romantic relationships, the boys are unaware of the law. Hence, it is imperative that the education department, in coordination with stakeholders, introduces structured awareness programs in schools and colleges, both in rural and urban areas, to spread awareness of laws in this area. If students from the 9th and 10th standards and students from colleges are sensitized about the POCSO Act and its consequences, we can at least make some effort in reducing crimes before they occur. As it is said, prevention is better than cure. Today, what is deeply disturbing is that even small girls, in fact, even infants, are not spared from sexual assault. We must all collectively ask ourselves, what fuels this perversity? What systemic and societal measures should we take to prevent such assaults before they occur? I believe that for far too long, society has always told the girl child, don't go here late in the night, don't wear this, beware of sexual assault. It's high time, I believe, that we start telling our boys what to do and what not to do. There has to be a paradigm shift from not only educating girls, but educating boys. What efforts must be taken to provide a safe environment for the girl child? Measures also need to be taken to ensure that a girl child does not become a victim of sexual assault. Where a girl becomes a victim of sexual assault, rehabilitation must remain at the core of our approach. The POCSO Act, while focusing on stringent punishment, also envisions the care, protection, and rehabilitation of survivors. Yet survivors continue to struggle for medical aid, for counseling, to get support persons, social integration, and above all, dignity. Compensation and rehabilitation are as important as punishment of the offender. We have seen, as judges of the High Court, maybe in Andhra Pradesh and in Bombay, that you get a lot of MTP cases for medical termination of pregnancy. The girls are hardly 14, 15 years of age. They want to study. They come for, it's sometimes too late to even give permission. They may be in the 9th standard, they may be in the 10th standard. What I have seen, that the girls who come want to pursue their education. The parents are struggling not to let the neighbors know because of the stigma that is attached. So we must take measures to ensure that such girls are given. In Maharashtra, we have the Manodhairya scheme, where we give compensation, even interim compensation, as soon as an FIR is registered. So I'm sure something Andhra Pradesh must be also having. So it's important that we ensure that even when we deal with such cases, at that stage, you must ensure that the schemes that are made available are given to the girls, to her parents, so that they are not left, the family is not left helpless. We must also ensure that through some NGO or a support person, that she continues her education. We must all ensure collectively rehabilitation and reintegration of survivors so that they can reclaim their lives with dignity. As long as there are tears in the eyes of survivors of sexual assault, our task is far from complete. Mahatma Gandhi very eloquently said, and I quote, "Recall the face of the poorest and the weakest, and ask yourself if the step you contemplate is going to be of any use to them." That is the test for us today. The initiatives taken, therefore, must not only exist on paper, but must be implemented in its true spirit. Safeguarding the girl child cannot and never be the task of one institution alone. It requires synergy. Government agencies must ensure resources and accountability. Law enforcement agencies must be trained to be sensitive and swift. Educational institutions must inculcate awareness and respect for gender equality. Communities and families must shed regressive norms and empower girls. And the Judiciary and Legal Services Authority must ensure time-bound justice, rehabilitation, and compensation. Each one of us is dependent on the other for the success of this mission. Each one of us must remember, safeguarding the girl child is not a choice. It is a constitutional, moral, and social obligation. until every survivor is rehabilitated, until every child feels safe, until every tear is wiped away, our task is not done. We also cannot speak of progress if our girl child remains unsafe. Let us ensure that the future of every girl child is one of dignity, equality, and safety. We owe it to ourselves, our society, and our nation to ensure every girl child has a safe and enabling environment in which she can flourish and pursue her dreams. I am confident that the deliberations and the brainstorming of ideas that will take place today will all be very meaningful and will provide food for thought for all. Wishing all of you all the very best. Thank you.
We are extremely privileged by your Lordship's kind address and valuable insights. Thank you. May I now request Honorable Sri Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakurji, the Chief Justice of High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Justice Revati Mohite Dere, Justice Ravina Tillari ji, Justice V. Sujata, Justice Venkata Jyotirmayi Pratapa, Justice Kiranmayi Mandava, Justice Chala Gunaranjan, my companion judges of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, registrars of the High Court, heads of various government departments present today, principal district judges and other judicial officers, the district collector, the police commissioner, and IGP who's present here, Mr. Soni George, child protection specialist, UNICEF, staff of various departments, including NGOs and girl children, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I must thank Justice Revati Dere who accepted our invitation to become to participate in these deliberations and in the inaugural session, despite the fact that she was under the weather and is on heavy antibiotics. But our purpose of extending that invitation to her was because we had known the contribution that she had made in this field, not only in the state of Maharashtra, but also at the national level. The topic for deliberations pertains to not only a child, but to a girl child. If we go back into the history, we have seen how women have suffered, especially in this country, where initially there was this practice of sati, which got discontinued, got prohibited with the efforts of social reformers, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. But the pain and suffering of women over the years, although has reduced on account of spread of education, but it has not been totally eliminated. Now, all this is attributed generally to the society, who over the years treated a lady as somebody who was more, or a child, a girl child, more as a matter of burden than an asset to the family. Most of the times it has been seen that a girl child was considered not as a matter of responsibility, but a liability, who could not contribute to the well-being of the family, and therefore the effort was to somehow get her married at the earliest. Child marriages therefore became very prevalent. Child marriages are stated to be attributed to the economic condition of some families, and with a view to overcome that hardship, perhaps the responsibility was shifted from the parental group to the family of the husband. But this was changed. Constitutional protection, which speakers before me referred to, with a view to bring about laws which ensured equality, irrespective of gender. Protection of girl child also is there. While the legal framework is in place, it all depends upon how it gets reflected and transformed on the ground. Now, if we see some data, and especially with regard to children, the global data suggests that 90 million children alive today have experienced sexual violence, and more than 1 billion women and men were subjected to such violence in their childhood. 1.6 billion children, or 2 in 3 globally, regularly endure violent punishment by caregivers at home. Among those children who experience violent discipline, more than 2/3 are subjected to both physical punishment and psychological aggression. Violence at home is also rampant. 3 out of 4 young children are regularly subjected to violent discipline by their caregivers. There is violence at school. Worldwide, close to 130 million, more than 1 in 3 students from ages 13 to 15 experience bullying. 86% of the world's children are not fully protected from corporal punishment by law. There is violence online now, and more than 1/3 of young people in 30 countries report as being a victim of online bullying. In 2020, more than 153,000 websites were reported as containing images of child sexual abuse, an increase of 16% from the year before. Sexual violence worldwide is rampant, and approximately 15 million adolescent girls between the ages of 15 to 19 experienced forced sexual intercourse or other forced sexual acts in their lifetime. Children with disabilities are almost 4 times more likely to experience violence than non-disabled children. Another thing which we saw, and I pointed it out in the last meet that we had last year, was that those children who were sexually assaulted, 90% of them, according to the National Crime Bureau's report, were assaulted by those who were known to the family. This is something very alarming. So it is not a person who is walking on the road who comes and who enters a house. So young children who don't know what is right, what is wrong, incapable of understanding, are assaulted and exploited by those who are known to the family. They may be a close relation, they may be a servant in the house. This is quite, and therefore, that this message has to be somehow spread that you have not only to protect your children from outsiders, you have also to be vigilant as to what is happening around you in your close family circles. Because this is the reality of, this is the reality which is reflected on the basis of data. Violence in schools is so rampant. I remember we used to have a physical education teacher who used to sort of be very strict in school. And we would prepare for our sports day function, which was an annual affair. And there used to be a march past. Now, if there are 500 children participating in a march past, there may be 10 who may be incapable of synchronizing the steps with the movement of the arms. Now, the physical education teacher would come and beat those who are out of sync with the rest of the group with knuckles, and he would hit directly on the head. See, the question is that this is what is seen. Now, in some of these schools, children get slapped. I mean, why? Teachers need to be trained. And I think the education department and those concerned must sensitize, because if a teacher assaults a child in the school, he carries it throughout, that scar throughout his life. That is also a form of aggression against children, which needs to be prevented. And therefore, these sensitization programs are very imperative. Another very important facet which was highlighted by Justice Revati was with regard to sensitizing the children, especially boys in classes 9 and 10, about the serious effects of the provisions of the POCSO Act. This is very important because most of our children in their genuine liking during that adolescent period may fall into that those rigorous provisions of the POCSO Act, which may spoil and scar their life forever. Therefore, this type of a program to inform them as to what are the serious consequences must be taken up very urgently. There has always been some sort of a gender disparity, be it in the ratio of boys as to girls. In Andhra Pradesh, the disparity in the literacy rates between boys and girls was like 73%, if I'm not mistaken. That figure was with me somewhere. 73% insofar as males are concerned, and 59% insofar as girls are concerned. But while these are facts and figures, there are also winds of change blowing across the world, and India is no exception, and our state is not an exception either. I would like to share with you the statistics insofar as the judicial officers in our state are concerned. So it goes like this, that in the year 2021, there were recruited 10 males as civil judges junior division and 11 females. So percentage of women judges was 52%. In 2023, the percentage of male judges was 7 and female judges was 13. So 65% were lady judges recruited and The rest were male judges. In 24, this goes up. Male judges 5 and female judges 13. So percentage of women was 72% in 24. Then in 25, it went up to 73% because 3 got appointed as civil judges junior division and 8 got appointed as were female judges. So 73%. So progressively, there has been an increase in the percentage of lady judges. Now, how could this be possible? This could only be possible because of various schemes that are in place, various sensitization programs that are in place, the effort of the government, the effort of the literate parents who have understood that a girl child is not a liability, she is an asset. She may be a responsibility. You may have the responsibility to get her married, but she is not a liability. Please, generally you hear people when they talk, they say, I have a liability. So what is your liability? I have 2 daughters to get married at home. So that mindset has to change. And I have seen that if you have a girl child, she is capable of serving her parents more than a female child, than a male child. Like pardon me for this, they say that a girl child is for life and a male child is only till he gets a wife. So that mindset needs to be changed. The entire purpose of having these consultations is to bring to focus again the importance of the issue on how to further encourage children, girl child, and girls who are in that age group up till 18 years to follow their studies, to incentivize them. There are incentives, there are schemes which are in place, and some of the schemes will be highlighted during the course of the consultations. But they need to be highlighted further. We need to take proactive steps, in fact, to ensure that wherever there is any propensity or there is a possibility of a girl child suffering in the school or in the home, at home, by neighbors, by anybody who is following her under the POCSO Act, there is a provision that if there is sexual harassment, a girl child needs to be protected. Now the question is that for getting that protection, there has to be a means. And the means provided is by way of a helpline number. Day before yesterday, while we were having some preliminary discussion as to what was the conferences, what was the consultation about, me and officers from the Juvenile Justice Committee and also the Legal Services Authority, we said, let us test how does the helpline number react and respond. So we called up that number 1981, or what was that number? 1098. And what was the name of the officer? Huh? No. Name of the officer. The name of the officer, Nagini. The name of the officer who responded on the phone was one Miss Ragini, who appeared to be very confident. I was very happy because we had kept the phone on loudspeaker. She was very proactive, she was very active, she was very responsive, and we were happy that yes, and the phone did not ring for more than 5 seconds before it got picked up by the concerned person at the help desk. Unlike a phone on a toll-free number, if you call a bank, it keeps ringing and says that you are on hold and therefore you will have to wait. Unlike that, I must congratulate the Secretary of the Department, Women and Child Development Department. Perhaps that is a helpline number with, yes, very good. You have done extremely well, and we expect further you see, from you. And because you are the actual department which has to give shape to how best to implement on ground all these schemes. So we asked Ms. Nagini, you tell us how many calls have you received approximately till now? And she said that she has received something like 8,000 calls on this number from various quarters. Now, we asked her what were the nature of SOS messages that you received. So she said that sometimes the children themselves call, sometimes friends of children call. So in schools, if supposing there is going to be a child marriage, the friends of the girl call up, saying that there is this girl, a friend of mine, who is being forcefully made to marry against her wishes. So this is how the information trickles into the concerned, you see, authorities. What I was thinking is that at least I did not remember the helpline number. If supposing I was to report a child being exploited, a child being forcefully made to marry, so what is the helpline number? I won't remember. Therefore, how important it is that if there is a forum or a platform which is available to a child to bring it to his notice, his memory, or if he wants to recollect, to see it in physical form, that toll number, which is so very essential for his immediate rescue. And during the course of our discussion day before yesterday, and we are just thinking aloud, if it was possible, if it would be possible for the department to have some sort of a chart fixed in every class, in every school in the state, which would always remind them. Generally, I remember in our classrooms, there used to be various charts pictorially depicting the various subjects. Why can't we have a chart mandatorily to be fixed in every classroom? So you will see that as against 8,000 calls which your help toll-free helpline number received, the calls will go up. Maybe some child who has not been able to realize as to what is his remedy gets to know that if somebody, if some teacher is assaulting him physically or sexually or wherever, he has some remedy and he can call somebody who will help him get out of that situation. Therefore, that perhaps may be also looked into. I need not go through my speech because most of it has already been taken care of by my colleagues, honorable judges on the dais, and very minutely by Justice Revati. I only wish all of you all the best, and we hope that the consultations which you will have today will really make some discernible change in the policy, either in improving the policy or some discernible change in making life easy for a girl child. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, my Lord, for the vision that has been a guiding light for strengthening the rule of law, and deep concern for the welfare of the child reflects the compassionate side of my Lord. We are truly honored to have my Lord Justice administer us today. It's time to felicitate our honorable dignitaries. As a token of deep respect, we request the child to kindly accept our small courtesy. I request Registered Admin Srinivas Sharma Garu to felicitate Honorable the Chief Justice of High Court of Andhra Pradesh and President Amendment as a token of Secretary Srimati Himabindu Garu to felicitate our special guest today, Srimati Malati Dhare Garu. May I request Honorable High May I request Honorable Sri Justice Challa Gundaranjan Garu to propose vote of thanks.
today's Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Justice Sri Dheeraj Singh Thakurji. Special guest of the day, Justice Revati Mohit Dere, Judge, Bombay High Court. Justice Ravinath Tilhariji, Chairperson, Zonal Justice Committee. Justice V. Sujata Garu. Dr. Justice Venkata Jyotirmai Pratapa and Justice Kiranmai Mandava, members of Zonal Justice Committee, and my dear brother and sister judges, registrars, staff of High Court, principal district judges, and other judicial fraternity, distinguished members of All India Service present here, including administrative and police leadership, all representatives of NGOs, esteemed stakeholders, participants, print and digital media present here today, ladies and gentlemen, my pranams. It is both my privilege and pleasant duty to propose this vote of thanks at the inaugural session of state-level stakeholders consultation on safeguarding the girl child towards a safer and enabling environment for her in India. Today's program is not merely a formal meeting, it is a vital platform that brings together individuals, institutions committed to protecting the rights, dignity, and future of every child in our state and nation. First and foremost, I convey my deep sense of gratitude to our Chief Guest, Honorable Sri Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakurji, for accepting the invitation and joining us today, sir. Sir, your inspiring words have set the tone for the deliberations ahead. You reminded us of the importance of strengthening child protection system and ensuring that policing is both effective and sensitive to the unique needs of girls. We are grateful for the insights on preventive measures and creating opportunities for girls to thrive, whether through education, healthcare, or community support. Your presence here gives us encouragement, and your guidance will remain a strong motivating force for all stakeholders. Thank you once again, sir. Secondly, I convey my deep sense of gratitude to our special guest, Honorable Justice Revati Mohit Dere, for gracing the occasion, and your presence, esteemed presence. Your insightful address and inspiring words have added immense value to this event. We are truly grateful for the time and thought you shared with us today. Your presence has not only encouraged us, but also set a positive tone for the rest of the program. I also convey my deep sense of gratitude to Justice Ravinath Tilhariji, Justice V. Sujata, Justice Venkata Jyotirmai Pratapa, and Justice Kiranmai Mandava, Chairperson and members of Juvenile Justice Committee, who have been instrumental and driving force in convening today's program. We look forward for your valuable views and suggestions on the crucial aspects in sessions to follow. I also thank and acknowledge registrars, staff of High Court, officers of Government Department for Women and Child Welfare, and AP State Legal Services Authority, who have taken the initiative to convene this consultation at the state level. It is only through such deliberations that we can strengthen the framework of laws, policies, and community action to ensure justice, dignity, and equal opportunities for every girl child. A special word of appreciation goes to the speakers from various departments of state government, district judiciary, state and district level services authority, members of zonal justice committees, representatives from UNICEF, child welfare committees, and NGOs who have joined us today. The exchange of ideas and experiences we anticipate in the sessions ahead will certainly enrich our understanding and shape practical strategies for safeguarding the rights and dignity of every girl child. I also acknowledge each and every participant. Your collective presence reflects a shared commitment towards safeguarding the rights and future of our daughters. To the media fraternity, I extend thanks for lending voice and visibility to this cause, ensuring that message of protection, empowerment, and equality reaches the wider public. Finally, to all participants, delegates, and young voices present here, I express heartfelt gratitude for your enthusiasm and concern. The protection of the girl child is not merely a statutory mandate, it is a moral responsibility that defines the conscience of our society. Let us carry forward today's deliberations into concrete action. If we succeed in safeguarding every girl child, we are in fact safeguarding the future of our nation. With these words, I once again extend my heartfelt appreciation to all who have made this inaugural session a success. Let us continue our deliberations with the shared vision of building a state and a nation where every girl child is nurtured, protected, loved, and empowered. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord, for the comprehensive vote of thanks. And now may I request all the distinguished Honorable High Court judges to please come on to the dais for photo session. This officially concludes the inaugural session. We request all the dignitaries to join for the tea. All the participants are requested to kindly be seated. Snacks will be served here. I request judicial officers to kindly proceed. I request the judicial officers to kindly proceed for the tea and come back in 10 minutes. In all others, please kindly be seated. Refreshments will be provided here. Thank you.
భాస్కర్ రారా ఫోటో దిగి ఫోటో ఫోటో మేడం పలకరించారా అయ్యో ఫోర్స్ఫుల్లీ పలకరించారు.
I request all to kindly be seated in the designated seats.